Hi, this is Stephen Gurevitz, the Community Manager at GiotecK, and here we are once again doing one of our hints and tips videos. Today we're going to be focusing on FIFA, and we have 6 videos coming your way. This video is going to be on how to take penalties, and joining us today is Fraser Markham, otherwise known as @Silverback, a superb streamer and YouTuber who has decided to join us today. Fraser, thank you much for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Glad to be here.
And you love FIFA 14.
Yeah, love is a huge word, I would say. Yeah, it's an absolutely admirable game. There's a lot of benefits that have brought FIFA 14 to the forefront, and it has actually improved a lot of people's game and increased my game ability, most certainly.
Good. And we're playing on 360 today, and the first video we're going to be doing in this sequence is going to be on taking penalties.
Yes, it is. Penalties is a big thing a lot of people seem to struggle with online. There is a new way of doing it. May not realise how effective it is in a game, but when it comes down to a penalty shootout, it is crucial. So yeah, penalties is the main focus we've got on at the moment.
Okay, so let's crack on and teach everyone how to take penalties in FIFA 14. So, Fraser, you're going to be showing us in detail now how to take penalties in FIFA 14, and we've just set up a little tutorial mode here. So please walk us through what we're looking at on the screen for the beginner.
Okay, the main important feature I find when taking penalties is this little meter down here on the left-hand side. Now, as you can see, the colorations we have from red to orange to green. The red and the orange areas aren't where you want to be. It's the green that is the most important there. That gives you the power and direct accuracy of your shot. Now, not only do you need to hit that green mark, you need to make sure you don't overhit the power bar on your B button when taking a penalty. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through so you can see it as I press it right now. And there's the power bar right underneath. And there's your first penalty. Now, that was a straight direct penalty, and you'll see from the blue dot in the middle, that is how you're going to take or position the ball for where you want it to go.
So, a question. We've got the... this is accuracy, in effect, then. The green is accuracy, and then the little bar that came on top, that was how long, in effect, you're holding down for. That was the power that came up afterwards.
Yeah, that is the actual power bar itself. The accuracy, if I just quickly show you on a poor shot so you can see the huge difference, and if we go from here, ready, and the longer we go, the big blue square turns into a giant red circle, and that makes it a miss.
So this is the direction, and we can move that around, which I'll show in a minute, but that's the direction. This then in effect changes the size of that because it's accuracy. So if it's in the red over here, then this will become a big thing because it could go anywhere, and then you combine that with the power meter that comes up afterwards. There are 3 specific things.
That is the biggest thing on taking penalties in FIFA 14. It is those 3 points that you need to get spot on. As whereas before it was a case of hit and hope, now it's a hit and you have to be accurate. And that is a big thing on FIFA penalties. If I run through now and I'll show you quickly as we go through, I move through there. You do have a slight delay on moving it, so you get the accuracy time. So if we show again, there's your big blue target. The targets here in the skill games are for them to aim at and give you something to achieve rather than having an open net. So if we go again and I'll move my left analog stick and hit the target, as you can see, that's the main point of that.
So the left analog stick moves that, and you can do that before you actually hit B?
Yeah, well, no, actually, when you're pressing B, as soon as you release it, that is when that gets brought into play. So it's not as you press B or before, it's literally as you release B, so you, in this essence, you're not over hitting it and you're getting the right accuracy. It's a little bit different when you're in the game because you don't have the blue target for your main area, so you have to be careful that you don't overhit it like that.
Oh, so when you're in the game and it's a penalty shootout, you won't get the blue circle.
No, this
is for practice only.
This is how I would suggest anybody that plays FIFA and on that front to use your penalties and to get used to it, because it has become a huge thing in FIFA on penalties. Before a game was decided on a 0-0, that you would get to a penalty shootout, and a lot of people would struggle with it. Now with this new system, it becomes more skill based than it does luck based.
Absolutely. So let's just recap The meter over here is your accuracy.
Yes, that's correct.
Then you hold down B, and the longer you hold it down is the power. And then once you let go of B, you have a small number of seconds in effect to aim using the left analog stick. And then that's the complete procedure.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. If we go through it now, and I'll show you from here, and we move it down to the bottom right hand side. That is how quickly it is. So from the moment that you press, and I'll tell you now, do it again so you can see.
And the time you have is the time he has to run and hit the ball.
Yeah.
So you could see it graphically.
Yeah. So if we do a quick check again, from now to there, there's your button.
Lovely.
Okay. There is another thing that a lot of people aren't aware of on penalties, and a lot of people like this. You can actually do this nice little routine where we go like this, and the power, and if you double tap B, he does a fake shot. And you can take it from there. So if I do that again for you so you can see, and we push it all the way through, do a
double tap,
and there's a little fake shot, and there's your penalty. So there are new features that people aren't aware of in FIFA itself on penalties alone, and it does make a huge difference when playing this and you hit a penalty. It can win or lose you a game, and I have to say I love this feature, and it is a great advantage to any person that becomes a penalty taker.
Absolutely, as with real football, so many games do end up in draws. And Fraser, I'd really like to thank you for taking the time for giving us this very simple but clear and concise tutorial on how to take penalties.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you.